Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for signing up for our webinar on mailers. Today, we'll get started in about 2 minutes just to let everyone join. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to chat in to us and we'll cover those all at the end. All right, I think we can go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, this is our webinar to go over our beta mailer feature, streamlining your outreach with Reonomy mailers. I'm here with my colleague, Kathy, on our UX team. My name's Catherine Connor. I'm the Customer Marketing Associate here at Reonomy. This is Kathy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy. I'm a UX designer at Reonomy.
So to walk you through the agenda for today's webinar, we'll go through the feature update and talk a little bit about our beta feature of Reonomy mailers. Then Kathy will walk us through an in-app demo so you can see how you can step-by-step select the owners and send mail directly through the Reonomy app. And then we'll wrap up with Q&A. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation, chat into us and we will either cover them at the end of the presentation or we'll respond to you directly via email afterwards. So what is direct mail? Direct mail is something that may seem a little old school, may seem easier than cold calling, but from our team's research, direct mail is 10 to 30 times more effective than emails. It's more personal. You're able to be a bit more direct with whoever you're reaching out to. Over 50% of our customers prefer direct mail over email contact. And 60% of our customers feel that direct mail is more personal than the internet. So you're actually getting a piece of mail sent to your house that's relevant to you, easier to sift through than the junk email or the spam that you may get every day. So Reonomy mailers is a beta feature that we have now, and we hope that when you're in the Reonomy app, you're able to fit mail right into your pipeline building workflow. So maybe you're prospecting and you're pulling a list of owners and contact information based on your search criteria. So that may be specific asset type, number of units. It may be based on the year sold. But you can do all of that right within the Reonomy application. And then you can do your outreach by getting in touch with owners, and you can send your direct mail straight from the Reonomy application. So you're able to cater that specific piece of mail to the owner right from Reonomy. And then the deal making piece is that you're able to maybe send very specifically catered emails to an owner, or you can maybe send out some postcards, some flyers, and you can kind of have like a whole marketing campaign right from the app.
And just to build on what Catherine was saying, we believe that mailers are a unique way to reach out to your potential clients because first, you're able to hyper target the people that you want to reach out to. So you can appeal to each individual prospect through sending them a letter. Secondly, the content that you send can be extremely personalized, and you can mention specific details from the owner's property that you can find right in Reonomy. And both of these things result in an improved response rate. It increases your legitimacy and moves your cold interaction to building a relationship. We've seen a lot of users use mailers in addition to calling. They'll either call before and then send a letter, or they'll send a letter and then follow up with a call. And we've seen that has improved response rates. It's also been a unique way to reach out to potential clients and prospects during this unique COVID season in a respectful way and help them to understand who you are and warm up that relationship. Here at the bottom of the screen, you can see a couple of quotes from some of our current mailer users. Mark is really excited to use mailers because of the manual effort that he had to put in beforehand. We really make it easy by letting you send a mailer in just a few clicks directly in Reonomy. And for Michael, he talks about how valuable it is to save that time. For him, one successful transaction a year makes it worth the time and energy. So next, I'm going to go over the different types of mail that you can currently send. So right now, you are able to send letters through Reonomy, and it's actually completely up to you in terms of what is in the content of that letter. So for example, you could send a newsletter just to get your company's name out there, to show the prospect that you have specialized, local, specific information, and to increase your credibility and legitimacy. Or you can send a direct offer pitch letter that speaks to the specific property and presents an offer or advice or a consultation. You could also send a flyer, full color flyer, as long as it's in the form of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. You could also send that out, an existing flyer that you already have designed on your computer that you can just pull. We've seen a lot of different creative uses for letters so far, so feel free to experiment with different types of content, because you can see what type of content increases your response rate and resonates most with your audience. So it's going to be different for everyone. So next, I'm going to talk about the two different ways that you can send letters in Reonomy. The first option is through uploading a file. So this is a PDF or a Word doc. You can just directly upload it. It can be up to 2 pages, and it comes with a cover letter attached to it with the return and recipient address. After you upload your letter, you can save it so that it's there for future use. You can send the same file to multiple people without having to find that file. And you can include, in those 1 to 2 pages, your content and your offer. The second way that you can send a letter is through what we call Quick Letter. Quick Letter is a really easy template where you can type directly your letter copy into Reonomy. So we have a little screenshot here that shows the area where you can just type your letter, and then you can also upload a logo, which will go on the top right of the letter. And you can see on the right-hand side what that might look like for a specific letter. So this is great if you don't have a graphic designer, if you want to make something really quickly and you have a logo. I think this would be a great time saver for you.
So as Kathy mentioned, those are the 2 ways that you can send your Reonomy mailer. So you have the option where you can upload your already designed template that will include the cover page and those 2 additional pages, or the quick letter where you can type your direct message and upload your branded logo there. So with the Reonomy mailers beta feature, you have 15 mailers in your account, subscription included every month. Those go away at the end of the month, so you can use up those 15. You actually have the ability to purchase additional mailer credits now if you're interested. The mailers will each be printed on your standard 60 text paper and sent in a 2-inch window outer envelope. And each of the mailers are sent via first class UPS mail. If you are using up all of those 15 credits each month, you'll see a message on your mailer screen that enables you to add additional credits to your account. I'm going to pass it back over to Kathy, and she's going to walk us through an in-app demo of the mailer feature.
Cool, thanks, Catherine. So I'm just going to quickly walk through what the mailer feature looks like on Reonomy. Right now I have a property I'm looking at in New York City. And the first thing I'll notice is actually I've already sent a letter to this property before because I see this green little mailer history icon here. If I click into it, I see that I've actually sent a letter to Hamid Babar earlier today. And it's cool that I can just access any type of letter that I've sent before and see it right here. So I'm going to send another letter, not to Hamid, I'll send it to someone else. Let me send one to Peter. So the first thing that happens after I click the address and mailer icon is I want to verify my recipient information. So if you see here that the address is verified, you usually don't have to change anything, but sometimes, there might be, a missing unit or apartment number, or you might have more accurate address information on file, and you're able to just quickly check the recipient information and make sure it's correct here. The next step is you'll choose between uploading a file or creating a quick letter. I'm going to upload a file first, just to show you what that looks like. So now I'm going to select my file as long as it's up to 2 pages, 8.5 by 11, a PDF or Word doc. It should be able to successfully upload. I'm sorry, I don't think you guys can see this step. I'm just selecting a PDF here. So after I've successfully uploaded my PDF, I am able to click in and preview it just to make sure I have attached the correct file. I can also click this checkbox to save it for the future, in which case I won't need to look for this file again. I'm going to go ahead and send this letter. You'll see now that my letter is on its way, and I can click here to view the status of the letter that I've just sent. This page is also accessible on the left-hand side of your Reonomy in this mailers section. One thing I wanted to note is that the status here, as well as the date sent, will be updated based on the status of the letter. So after it's been sent, a date will appear, the status will change to sent, and once it's been mailed, it will be mailed. And right now it takes 4 to 6 days for your recipient to receive the letter that you've sent. So that's 1 to 2 days to actually get that letter out to USPS through first class mail, and then another 2 to 4 days for the recipient to receive it. Now I'm going to go back and show you what quick letter looks like. Okay, I'm going to try sending it to this guy, John. So I'm going to select quick letter instead of uploading my own file. So what you'll see here is in my letter body, I'm able to directly edit the copy here. And I'm just going to change the name. I'm going to change the address. All right, and I should be good to go. You can see in the preview here, it's updating as I type. And I'm going to also upload a logo for my company, ABC Commercial Real Estate. And you can also see where that will be placed on the letter. So I'm going to make sure and check that everything is correct and go into a preview. So I can see my PDF preview right here of what my letter will look like. I can also click View PDF to view and download a copy of the exact letter that's going to be sent for my records. I also see that, this letter is going to cost 1 credit, and I actually don't have the feature enabled right now, but you will be able to see the number of credits you have left on the top right-hand side. So if you have 15 credits and you've used 1, it'll say you have 14 credits left. So I know I'm going to be using 1 credit to send this letter to John. I'm going to go ahead and send it. And my letter is on its way. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the demo, and I'm going to pass it back to Catherine now.
All right, everyone. I see that we have some questions that have come in throughout the presentation. Thanks so much for that demo, Kathy. If anyone has any additional questions, feel free to chat into us. So it looks like our first question here is there a limit to how many mailers I can send? So you have those 15 free credits each month added to your account, and then you now have the ability to purchase additional credits in bundles of 25, 50, 75, 100. Kathy, it looks like we have another question here. What type of mailer can I send?
Cool. So as I mentioned earlier, you can actually send any type of 8.5 by 11 content that fits into that format, a regular size letter piece of paper up to 2 pages. For the file upload, you're able to attach something that's 1 page or 2 pages. For a quick letter, it will just be that 1 page directly with no cover sheet. If you're uploading your own file, you can send a flyer, a full color flyer. You can send a newsletter. You can send a direct offer or pitch. You can definitely be creative, and I would just suggest that you experiment and see what works and what doesn't work for your audience, and just make it as personalized as possible.
Thanks, Kathy. I see another question. How many pages of mail can I send? So as Kathy mentioned earlier, with the upload, you can upload a PDF or a document, and that will be a maximum of 2 pages, and you'll have the cover letter added to that. And then with Quick Letter, it will be a 1-page mail that includes the address that you are sending to.
So I see another question from Gabriel. When you say mailers, do you mean a postcard is generated, or do you mean email is generated? So we are looking into postcards for the future, but for right now, we are talking about a physical letter that is printed and mailed with USPS. And Michelle's asking, does it have to have a cover letter? Are quick letters saved as templates? So to answer your first question, for files that you upload with a PDF or Word doc, yes, it does have to have the cover letter, because that's where we show the return and recipient address that is shown through the windows of the envelope. As for quick letters, there will be no cover letter, because those addresses will be printed on the top left of the letter, and the rest of the copy will be on the same page. The quick letters are saved in terms of the body copy that you type on that page. It will be saved. The last letter that you have sent will be retained the next time you open up Quick Letter for any recipient.
Thanks, Kathy. I see we have another question from Paul about the cost of the mailer bundles. So those mailer bundles will be at $1 a mailer. So 25 mailers, $25 monthly charge, 50 mailers, $50 monthly charge. And our client success team will add those to your account, and you'll see that one-time charge for that month that you're requesting.
Cool. And I see a question from Jonathan about the return address. So what is the return address and what do the envelope details look like? Great question. So the return address is something that we will ask you for the first time that you send a letter. That will be saved into your user profile page under settings. And if you ever need to change your return address, you just have to go into your profile page and you can change it there, and it will be applied to all future letters. In terms of the envelope, it is a standard number 10 envelope, and there are two envelope windows on the left-hand side, one that shows the return address and one that shows the recipient address. The rest of the envelope is blank and can't be customized at this time. Bradley is asking, is Quick Letter now available to all users? As of a week ago, it wasn't. And can you save prior letters sent in Quick Letters as templates? So yeah, I've already covered the fact that you can retain the last version of your Quick Letter whenever you open up Quick Letter, and Quick Letter should now be available to all users. If you don't have access to Quick Letter and you, for some reason, just feel free to reach out to our team so we can look into that. And William's asking about postcards. So yeah, we do want to add postcards in the future. However, we are not really sure exactly when that will be happen, but it is something that our customers have shown interest in.
All right, it looks like we have one last question from Greg about what goes in the windows of the envelope. So we have your return address will go in one, and the address of the mail that you're sending will go in the other. Also, just to follow up for Paul, there is no difference in price between Quick Letters and custom letters. Yes. All right, guys, thank you so much for all of your questions. If we haven't covered your question today, we'll be sure to send you a follow-up email. And if you have any additional questions after this, you can always send those over to support@reonomy.com. We'll also be sending you a follow-up email with a recording of today's webinar, so you can refer back to that if you need. Thank you so much for signing up and for attending today, and we hope you will be getting a lot more use out of our mailer beta feature after today. Thank you.